Hello friends, this is the Cryptonian taking a look at Bitcoin. It is currently Wednesday, North American East Coast time. It's about 6:30 a.m. and we have some new developments in the price action. So let's take a closer look. Taking a look at Bitcoin, we can see that Bitcoin has been in this descending wedge here. Okay, you can see that this descending wedge has been playing out perfectly. And we can see that we've had a few touches here to the bottom of the wedge, and just recently we had a couple. But what we've seen recently is a little bit of a development here. Not a massive development, but it's significant, and I'm kind of putting it out on the radar, letting you guys know. What we have here is we had a touch here of this lower wedge, and then we had a higher low, not even touching the bottom of the wedge, and then kind of like a double bottom here with a higher second bottom, right? Or a W pattern. And this is looking like it wants to turn around. The top of the wedge here is this upper resistance line, this yellow line, and we have broken out convincingly above that. Currently RSI is overextended. We are currently at 84, so we need to be careful here. We need to let this cool down and consolidate. We need to let this kind of cool off and consolidate a little bit here. So you can see we had a very nice convincing breakout. This was probably around, as usual, 3 a.m. We have been having these Asian market pushes to the upside in the middle of the night, and usually that happens when there's some kind of reversal going on, or usually happens when we're in a bullish market, a bullish trend, whether it's a short-term trend or a long-term trend. We see a lot of activity at about 3 a.m. With the Asian markets. So what are we doing now? So right now we're just right under the breakout point on what's called a W pattern. So we have two bullish patterns set up. We have somewhat of a double bottom with a higher second bottom, and we have a W pattern here that is setting up. And we can see that this W pattern has a breakout point right around 39,100 right up here. And we're consolidating right under so far. Well, can't really say it's consolidation yet, but the price action is right under that breakout point. So this is with volume. We can see volume has come in at this point at the breakout. So this is a convincing breakout, and we're actually pushing up as we speak right now, looking like it wants to push higher. So what we did not see is a breakout, a retest, and then a push higher, which I thought we might get that just because price has been so weak lately. But this is going to be interesting. So what do we have today? Today we have the FOMC meeting, and we have, I think, about 50 basis points baked in, and I think they'll raise the interest rates, the Fed, about 50 basis points. That's not really the big surprise. What we need to hear is the meeting and what they're going to talk about, the divesting of the Fed's balance sheet, and some other things. We'll have to wait and see how the conversation goes, and the transcripts then will be published after this meeting, and we need to see how the market reacts to that. But we could have could be having a nice breakout sometime today after the FOMC meeting. We'll just have to wait and see. But what I would like to see, what I wanted to see, is just a bump here, and a retest, and then a push higher. But because we've been so suppressed and everyone's been so eager to watch this go higher, and of course this is a higher low on a W pattern, a lot of people just bought that and pushed it right up. the Asian market did. So now we're at the 200 daily moving average, which is this red line. 200 daily moving average is going to hopefully provide support. So what I'd like to see here is some consolidation sideways and then a breakout higher. Now, will we get that? Not really sure. A lot of times on these reversals, we see the RSI overextended, and we see that buyers are so eager that they just really don't let this consolidate too much before it starts pushing higher. So we'll just have to wait and see what the meeting will bring. Now, what could actually happen is if the market responds negatively, we could have a sell-off here, and we have to be really careful. And even if the market does not respond negatively, we could still have just a natural pullback somewhere down to about 38.5, or even just consolidation above this red 200 daily moving average line. But we need to remember that price above the 200 daily moving average is bullish, and currently we have flipped the 1 hour to this bullish position. The RSI, the Fisher showing a nice positive position here above the midline, and taking a look at stochastics. Stochastics now has leveled off, okay, because stochastics does level off quite early, and so that's not a surprise. But this is a bullish setup, guys. This is a bullish setup, and this is a warning. We could be having some type of a reversal happening. It may happen, it may happen over the next few days this week. It may happen next week strongly, but we'll just have to wait and see. Currently, right now, price is 39,000, and we are up 3.4% for Bitcoin. And we're right now at the top of the wedge here. This purple area you can see, let me go back to this purple area. You can see the purple wedge that I went ahead and highlighted here, and it's just been this real long wedge here. Okay, so you can see that purple area is denoting the wedge. Now we could get like I said, we could get a rejection or a pullback. What I'd really like to see is some kind of a pullback down to about 38.5 and then another push higher. But we'll see. This is good news. Let's take a look at some of the higher time frames. Right now, this is the 1 hour. Let's take a look at the 4 hour, and you can see the 4 hour much more concisely here, and you can see how the pattern is really shaped up to a classic breakout here. Now remember, the breakout is of this yellow resistance line. We haven't had the breakout of the wedge yet, which would be a little bit higher. Breakout of the wedge here, the purple wedge, 39,200. That's basically where the breakout is there. And this is on the 4 hour now. We do have not a crazy amount of volume, but we do have a solid amount of volume. Not even really as much as we've had in the past, but we see that this price action has kind of gotten ahead of volume a little bit, and that's really not anything uncommon because we've seen this before. Like, this was a very strong impulse higher. We had more volume, but we did go a lot farther as well, so something similar. But anyway, on the 4 hour, the RSI 67.3, so we're getting close to that overbought area, but we still have a lot of room to run here. A lot of room to run. Very close to this breakout line here. It's what we call the neckline. This yellow line is what we call the neckline going across, and we're very close to that. And this area, this 39,000 breakout, actually, let's see, $39,100 breakout of this neckline would definitely be a tradable event. So we're just about there. I need to wrap the video up. I'm going to be taking a look at placing a position here. We'll just have to wait and see what the FOMC meeting says today, and whether this is going to break out or have some kind of a pullback. I really don't like to buy these real long breakouts. I prefer to purchase after some kind of a pullback, and then and then buy the breakout. But it looks like it's not waiting. It looks like it's very bullish, and it wants to go much higher. So there you have it, friends. Taking a look at the stochastics and the Fisher. Looks great here. We have a lot of room to run down here, and currently, yeah, 69 now with the RSI, looking real good. This is on the 4-hour. Let's take a look at the daily here. The daily is looking very beautiful, guys. Look at this. There we go. So now on the daily, now trend changes occur on the lower time frames before they occur on the higher. And so here we can see a real nice long strong green daily candle. We do have a breakout of this wedge resistance line, the yellow wedge resistance line, and we do have much farther to go on the daily. Daily is just crossing the midline 50, but be very careful, because this is where we could have some kind of a rejection or reversal after the Fed meeting if the market does reverse in a negative way. Okay, if perceive what the Fed meeting has said, or the Fed minutes, if the market determines that it's negative, it will reverse hard. So here we can see not a lot of volume on the daily, right? But we're just getting started, so that is to be expected. Now, what would be the top of the what would be the breakout target here? Well, the breakout target here would most likely be somewhere up around 41.5. Whoops. Right up here, 41.5 would then be the target of this breakout should we be moving higher. And this is going to be important. Remember this line that we talked about, this white line previously, we could be regaining that, okay? And that would then be right up here by the 50 daily 50-day moving average, and then that would be significant as well. So on the daily now, right? So on the hourly, we did recover the 100 daily moving average, and then if on the daily, the 200 daily moving average, 200 daily moving average is up here, probably around 44. So we could have a nice push higher here, guys. To possibly, if it's strong enough, possibly 44, but I wouldn't count on it just yet. I would probably say if we have a nice strong breakout, 41,500 would be a likely target at the top of the wedge. Although we would have to deal with this 50-day moving average here on the daily, which is about 40,000, 41,000. So the market right now responding very positive. We have AVE up 6%, ADA up almost 6%, well, 6% almost. ApeCoin up 21%. So you can see the market's just going nuts right now. Well, I wouldn't say it's going nuts. It's responding favorably right now. So Arweave up almost 3%, Atom up 4%, AVAX up 4%, Axie Infinity 4%, BAT coin 8%, CeeLo 7%, and Cody 7%. So you can see the market's just all in the green right now. So this is good news, guys. Let's see, Naka 11%, gaming, Render 9%, STG up 20%, friends. Wave up 13%. So there you have it. Bitcoin setting the pace for the market. We are looking good. So, and I talked about this in my previous video. If anyone uh, did not see this coming, then you weren't paying attention to my video. And not very many people are watching my videos anyway, so most likely a lot of you were not expecting this. However, I did say this in my last video. I said we were getting into a very low volatility type situation on this chart, and we could be having some kind of a reversal or attempt at a reversal this week. And I said this some days ago. So congratulations to all of you who bought the breakout here, or even bought this double bottom here. Congratulations. If you're in this, congratulations. If you're not, then you do still have time, because most likely this is going to either consolidate sideways and then push higher, or it'll either pull back a little bit and then push higher, or it will either do that or consolidate and then push higher, right? So at this point, I'll be looking for some kind of a pullback, and then I would enter into that. But that's my plan, because we did have the breakout overnight, and I was sleeping. But I did take a position earlier. I took a smaller position down here. So anyway, friends, thank you again. Remember, this is not investment advice. Please click like. Thank you for your viewership. I appreciate it. And hopefully we're going to be in the money. Hopefully this is a reversal on the market, and hopefully we'll be seeing an opportunity to make much more gains here. So thank you, friends. We will see you in the next video. Be very careful. If you do take any positions, use stop losses, proper risk management, and play stop losses, because we could have a sharp and abrupt pullback. So be very careful here, because we're going to see a lot of volatility with the FOMC meeting today. But I do believe that the price is baked in. Thank you very much.